Welcome to the Sikkim 365 Baylor Basketball Postgame Show. Here's your host, Ashley Hodge.
This is Ashley Hodge with the Sikkim 365 Postgame Call-In Show. Coming to you after Baylor's 81-72 win over BYU. Great win. Man, what an electric atmosphere. This place is going to be so much fun. I'm telling you. Emery, I know you watched it on television, and I know there's lots of complaints about the TV views. Was it any better tonight than the first game?
The TV views weren't not so much, but you could definitely tell
the energy.
The atmosphere was a lot louder.
Being there live, I mean, I think that place is going to be such an incredible home court advantage, and I really think that's going to give our guys, maybe a 3 to 5 point lift over Farrell Center, which is huge. I mean, we're already one of the top programs in the country, so you add that to the equation, and then hopefully we can win all or most of our home games and really compete for championships because of it. It's kind of a situation similar to what Kansas has and some of the best programs in the country as far as, being able to just create such an electric atmosphere at home. BYU really took it to the Bears in that first half. They were up, 6 at the break, 39-33, I believe. Yep. And, really the Bears, Jacoby Walter got a technical. We heard from one of the refs the reason why he got a technical, and it was deserved. He said some things he shouldn't say, so that's a teaching moment. But they really grabbed the momentum at the end of the half, and it looked like BYU is going to possibly upset the Bears on their home court. But the Bears just were really tough-minded in the second half and played great basketball. The one stat that really sticks out to me is only 5 turnovers. That's terrific. So you play, 40-minute game. You're playing against a team that's playing really good defense. BYU came into the game top 10 in defensive efficiency, and they leave, even after the game was over, they're still top 10 in defense efficiency. So they play great defense, and, it's not like, ball pressure defense necessarily, but they can turn you over, and they did a really good job limiting Baylor's offensive rebounds. Baylor did a good job limiting their offensive rebounds as well. But overall, just really impressed by the way that the Bears' composure and the way they finished that game. This is a call-in show. We have Eve Miessy coming in. Of course, we would do it the one game that he doesn't have a good game. He's had a great game every single game, but he has 24 minutes and doesn't score. He has 1 rebound. Uncharacteristic for him, but credit to BYU. They really, that was their game plan, to take away everything at the rim for him, for Josh as well. Josh ended up with 4 points, all free throws. So they were really, that was their plan, is to take that away, and they did a good job doing that. But the Bears were able to really catch fire from 3-point land in the second half. I think they were 4 for 13 at half. So they're 10 for 23 for the game. So that means they were 6 for 10 in the second half. That's pretty good. You'll take 60%, won't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And BYU's 9 for 24. They were 4 for 13 also, so they were 5 for 11 in the second half. So both teams shot pretty well in the second half from 3-point line, and the Bears are able to get the 9-point win, and great win. Next up is Cincinnati. So this is a call-in show. I've heard a rumor that call-in shows are better with calls. We have calls already. Let's do it. Let's get to them.
We got Wagon Davis from Houston, Texas.
All right. Wagon Davis, is that your name?
No, it's Reagan.
Oh, Reagan. Yeah, what's up, Reagan? How you doing?
Hey, I figured it was fitting because we hung out versus BYU in Provo.
Yes, we did. We did not get a win for that one.
This result is much better.
I agree.
Hey, amazing game from Jalen. I mean, that was just awesome to watch him play that. I think they mentioned career high in points, 25 on the broadcast. Love and Walter showed up big in moments throughout, but I mean, it was awesome to see Jaden with that huge momentum shift with the steal and made 3, especially after the Oklahoma State game, seeing him kind of fumble that ball and just seeing, those 3 steals I think he had in the game. I mean, that's just awesome to see, but just wanted to mention him. That was really an awesome sequence.
Yeah, I agree, man. He was big. Like, it was so funny because I was, sitting next to a few Bears, and we were talking about this before the game. I was like, man, once it's Big 12 play now, we need like 14 and 6 from Jalen every night. Then he scores 25, so you'll take that all day long, and just really efficient. He's been one of the most efficient offensive players in the Big 12 since he got to West Virginia, transferred to Baylor. 146 offensive rating. That's tremendous. Doesn't turn the ball over. Is not rebounding at the rate that he has in the past, but he had some big rebounds tonight and got 5 rebounds total. Jacoby was big. Jacoby made great plays. I thought Langston Love was terrific again. Langston's 3 for 4 from 3. That was a huge lift. And then he makes all of his free throws and does a good job taking care of the ball. Really good decision making, I thought. We weren't the most efficient team on offense, not as good as I know we're capable of. Credit to BYU. Their defense was good. They were limiting, the second chance points, but you only turn the ball over 5 times. That's winning basketball.
Yeah, they even complimented Jalen an entry pass in the very late in the game to Josh.
Yeah.
Just even that little play
Yep.
was just, people don't think about that, but that seemed really big in that moment. And then Josh just stroking free throws was pretty awesome to see too.
Yeah, it's a lost art, that entry pass.
Yeah, I was at the first game versus Cornell, and you could just tell different energy in the building. And there was a moment late in the second half where I saw, everyone just standing. And I'm in Houston watching the game.
Yeah.
And, it just got a great feel to it. Just the look. It just Foster's just amazing, and you can tell. Sure, the viewing is a different experience being that high up. Yeah, but watching it, you feel like you're Gallagher-Iba, but Foster is going to have that same feel. But we can get used to it.
Yeah. No, I couldn't agree more.
I was going to ask.
Go ahead, Reagan.
Oh, the one thing I think there's a secret advantage that we're not talking about, and it's these coaches getting technical fouls. And BYU and Cornell, of all teams in Ivy League school, and BYU. You would think that they would carry themselves well. I can only imagine when all those other coaches come in.
The Bill Selfs of the world. Yeah, no, that's a great point. That is we're 2 for 2 on that. Let's keep that streak going. Hey, Reagan, appreciate the call, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
they sprayed water bottle went everywhere whenever
he did.
He got frustrated.
I had a good view of that from across the way.
Man.
Yeah, all right.
Man.
Good talking to you.
Thanks.
Yep, and then
all
we
right.
got David about Jalen Bridges.
Hey, David. Welcome to the Postgame Call-In Show with Ashley Hodge, and Eve Missy's going to be here in a couple minutes.
What's up, Ashley?
Hey.
This is one out of way here, just calling in.
Nice.
I missed the first half. I was at my buddy's grandfather's funeral, but watching the second half, it looked like we were dominating on the boards. But can you kind of describe the first half? Because it looked like we were losing or whatever in the first half. When I was watching the replay, we were up by a couple points in the last couple minutes in the first half. What happened at the end of the first half there?
Yeah, I probably have to check the game tracker to recall. We gave up an and one, and then I think
the replay showed they said they gave a technical to
Jacoby Walter. Yeah, he made a move, schooled his guy. Like they were talking a little bit of trash to each other. And Jacoby said some things he shouldn't say. Because I actually asked one of the refs this question. She came over, Amy Bonner. She didn't make the call. Kip Kissinger made the call. But I think before the second half started, I said, "Hey, Amy, let me ask you a question." I said, that tech on Jacoby, do you guys warn him? If he's talking trash to another player, do you give him a warning before you tech him up? Or is that just an automatic? And she goes, "Well, we like to do that, but in this situation," she told me what he said. it was tech worthy. But hey, I'm okay with it. We want that, man. We want that.
Or with Walker, drop it, or not Jacoby Walker. we're just dropping 26 or
Yeah.
whatever he did.
Yep, 25.
What was
Yep.
your thoughts on his game?
Oh, I thought he played terrific. I mean, you need that. You need your veterans to step up. I have a, we were talking about the atmosphere earlier, and, I've got an Iowa State fan calling me saying, man, that atmosphere looks amazing on television. I've got a BYU fan that was there, says this is a great, great venue. And, his comment, another BYU fan was like, your veterans made plays, and you got great young players too. You just have a really good mix. Your roster is really impressive. So, I mean, you just want, Jalen's been through these wars, and you're going to have to rely on him and Langston and Ray J in games like this, especially these real physical games, which you're going to have a lot of those. Iowa State, super physical. Houston, super physical. I mean, welcome to the Big 12. One funny moment, Jerry Pollard, I was sitting in James Perry's seats courtside, so shout out to James Perry for being generous to do that, to give me those seats. He couldn't make the game tonight because his son had a game. But, Pollard comes over, and there was some clear fouls early in the game. And I said, man, Pollard, you're missing some foul calls. He goes, Big 12, baby. That's we don't call these. He goes, welcome to the Big 12. He goes, you want to watch players play, or you want to watch me blow my whistle? I'm like, all right, good point. just make sure it's fair on both ends. And Baylor did get the better end of the whistle, I think. They shot 28 free throws to 14 for BYU. But it's physical, and you need your veterans to step up. Jalen Bridges, Ray J, Jaden, Langston Love. These guys have been in physical games. Caleb Lohner, and then your young guys are getting used to it, and it's an adjustment. But they'll get up to speed. But I thought Jacoby played really well tonight. He was very physical.
Yep. No more callers right now.
Oh, okay. Thank you for the call. Appreciate the comments. 254-339-1122 is the number, the call-in show. I do have some funny text to read. Some of my buddies are getting some of the best of the message board threads that are coming through here. All right, we should call out names, right? I mean, if you're gonna write these comments, I mean, you got to stand by your comments. All right, Panther City Bear. This was in the first half, I'm sure. I'm not getting fooled again like last year. This team sucks. If shots aren't going, offense dies. Soft, won't guard anyone. Whatever the dumbest play is to make, they make it. Defense is useless without Ray J, and Josh O is still unplayable. All right, so shout out to Panther City Bear for those comments. David Lassiter, second worst half of basketball for Baylor. Sloppy play. Miessy is missing in action. Dumb T by Walter, and defense is terrible. If this is what they are, I see an NIT team. Hambone, well, they're no longer cold from three. This is what I was worried about. They are tough to guard, and we don't take defense seriously enough. Hambone's a great poster, but I'm sure he'll laugh at being called out for that one. Panther City Bear, BYU is not one of the best teams in the nation, not even close. Awful against OSU, one of the bottom three teams in the conference, and lucky to win that game. This is overreaction, man. I mean, BYU is ranked for a reason, and obviously the predictive metrics love them. Ken Palm loves them. It's still top 10 or 12 in Ken Palm. Let's see. No idea what you've seen in this team over the last month that makes you think a third straight first weekend exit isn't guaranteed. Oh, wait, they're highly rated on Ken Palm, which apparently matters more than anything else. They played nobody, lost to only good teams. They've got smoked by Cincinnati, who's awful on their home court, but no Ken Palm rules on. The team still doesn't guard anyone. This is Barron, the big greenhouse. BYU defense is paper tigers, then we are about to be rolling in that Charmin NIL money soft. I don't know, man. I don't know what these people are seeing. I thought BYU's defense was terrific. I mean, keep in mind, these are like 25, 24-year-old guys that have been on missions and are coming back, and, definitely, they're seasoned veterans. We got a call?
Yep.
All right.
We got Scott, I believe.
Hey, Scott. Welcome to the Postgame Call-In Show.
Yeah. Hey, Ashley.
Oh.
This is Kyle.
Hey, Kyle. What's going on?
Yeah. All those comments, I'm like, I don't know if they were watching the same game we were watching, but I just thought I'd take three or four things and then, of course, get your commentary. But I thought the first thing was our pre-conference schedule. Really, this game reminded me a little bit of Auburn
Yeah.
You know, where
yeah.
real physical, and then it seemed like we had a couple of games where we were a little softer and just didn't respond. So tonight, I loved what happened. You know, it seemed like we just turned it up 3 notches, not 1 notch, 3 notches, and then played that way the rest of the ball game. And I think they're a really good team. I agree with you. They got good shooters. They're physical. They're big. They're quick. And
the big guys pass. They pass
Walter,
really well. Yeah. I mean.
Yeah. And I thought Jacoby really grew up a lot tonight.
I agree.
Then, but I felt like the key was Nunn. I thought Nunn, you know, other than Jalen, and that's the Jalen we've been wanting to see all year so far. So I was really happy to see that. But I still say Nunn was kind of the glue. You know, he hit some big shots, and I thought he played great defense. So that's just my thoughts.
Yeah, I'm looking at his stat line, and I need to go back and see what his first half stat line is because he played tremendous in the second half. I don't think he did much in the first half, if memory serves me right, but he really did end up playing a great second half. You like to see him make his free throws. He's 1 for 3 from the line, but yeah, the 3 assists, 1 turnover, 3 steals, those are all huge.
Yeah, and then he hit that big 3.
Yeah,
on the fast break. And
yeah,
that was part of that comeback we made. You know, and then I don't think we ever let go of the lead after that.
Right.
So I was super impressed tonight. Really impressed.
Yeah,
so.
I agree. I'm with you. I think this is a really good team. Yep. Hey, thank you for the call. Appreciate you, Kyle.
All right. Yep.
We got another call, Emery?
Yep. We got Jonathan.
Hey, Jonathan. Welcome to the Postgame Call-In Show with Ashley Hodge. Eve Miessy will be joining us shortly.
Hey, it's El Mariachi.
Hey, what's up, El Mariachi? How you doing?
What's up, man? Hey, I had an original thought and just wanted to get your take on it. You know, I know we're 2-0 in Foster, which is awesome. I'm hoping that we can keep that streak alive, but, you know, inevitably we're going to drop one at some point. My question is, do you think that Baylor can maintain a winning percentage at home of about 86% in these close games? I know that's unprecedented and never happens anywhere other than Lawrence, Kansas. Do you think Baylor has that same kind of, that ability, that same kind of moxie that Bill Self and his, striped magicians have up there in Kansas, or what?
Hey, thanks for teeing up a fat pitch. All right, this is a major rant I'm about to go on. All right, listen, I did a ton of research on this last year, and I have to go back and check my numbers, but I think there's like Hall of Fame coaches like Tom Izzo, Mike Krzyzewski, Roy Williams. Like, I mean, you're talking about, great coaches in games decided by 5 points or less. All right, I'm going to take this call from Eve. Let's see what's going on. A second. Hey, Eve. Are you? I'll keep talking. Thank you. All right, thanks. Okay, sorry about that. So the deal is like Kansas was like so Krzyzewski, Roy Williams, Tony Bennett, Scott Drew, all the great coaches out there had like winning percentages of like 60%, 55%, 65% in games decided by 5 points or less. Bill Self's winning percentage is 86% in games decided by 5 points or less at home. It's just a ridiculous number. Like it's obviously a major coincidence, statistical anomaly. Probably has nothing to do with anything other than that. Great coaching and just a statistical anomaly, but it is a ridiculous number. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic. The officiating has a lot to do with that. And we saw another example against TCU. I'm not upset that TCU lost, but I just think that what should have probably happened there is they should have like allowed that play to continue. Whatever the result of that play was the result, and then reviewed it. And then if they decided it's a flagrant one at that point, then they, issue the flagrant one and the free throws in the ball. But that was a game changing play. And we've just seen this happen too many times at Allen Fieldhouse. So anyway, that was an interesting result. We got Emory looking for Eve Miessy right now. I think he's right next door, but he's lost. So we're trying to locate him to find him and bring him into the studio. While he's locating him, I do want to talk about other Big 12 games because it was a pretty fun night in the 12. Let's see. We had well, the big one. I figured this would happen. The Houston would be upset by Iowa State. I predicted that on the message boards. I thought that was going to be Houston's first loss. It was. I think Houston's probably going to lose at TCU as well. Hey, Eve Missy's here. Hey, Eve. How you doing? Thanks for coming. Put a headset on and talk as close to the microphone as you can, and we will talk about the season so far. Great win tonight. I know you're probably frustrated because they were game planning, to really take away you and Josh at the rim, and you guys didn't have much activity as a result. But hey, it opened up things, from us other ways, and sometimes you got to be a decoy, and you were tonight, and we got the win. That's all that matters. 2-0 in the Big 12 and 13-2. Got to love it.
Definitely.
Well, hey, I got a lot of questions for you in general, but Emory, do we have any calls holding right now?
Yes, we have.
We'll take calls until they finish out, but then I've got
Joe from Boise.
Hey, Joe. Welcome to the postgame call-in show with Ashley Hodge and Eve Miessy.
What a great win for the Bears. The big thing I saw was just the foul trouble. Like for BYU, we got to the line and they didn't. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, that's was that part of the scouting report? Was to try to get to the line a lot, or I mean, what's talk about the scouting report a little bit. What were some of the main points of emphasis?
We just always trying to get to the rim, and then if he's not open, find one of our teammates, and then just kick it out.
Right.
Because we're one of the best in the country whenever we do that. So
yeah.
That's definitely the point. But now they foul, and then we had a lot of free throws tonight. So
right. Yeah. Yeah, that was a physical game, wasn't it? I mean, Oklahoma State was physical too, but didn't you think this was another level of physicality tonight?
It was. I mean, it's always physical. It's a Big 12, so we always got to be ready every night to get hit. But you got to play through it, and then we got the win tonight, which was amazing.
Yeah, right. Great question. I mean, foul shooting obviously was a big reason we won. The turnovers, I know Scott probably emphasized that in the locker room. Only 5 turnovers.
5 turnovers. That's good.
That's winning basketball, no doubt about it. 3-point shooting was good. That's going to come and go, but you did everything you needed to do otherwise to win the game. And I thought the defense really locked down when it needed to down the stretch.
Definitely. I think the first half we started a little slow, and then the second half we just come stronger and then locked in on defense, and that's definitely one of the reasons we won tonight.
Yeah, I agree. Another call, Emory?
Yep, we got AJ.
Hey, AJ. Welcome to the postgame call-in show. Ashley Hodge and Eve Miessy.
Hey, Ashley. What's up, man? Woo!
So,
great win.
You there, Ashley?
Yeah, I'm here. I got Eve.
Man,
I got Eve with me too. Yep.
Hey, what's up, Eve? How you doing, man?
Doing good, and you?
Doing good. Hey, Eve, my cousin Steven is a missionary in Cameroon, and I've been telling him about you, and he lives in Arkansas. I'm going to try to get him to come down to a game, and love for him to meet you. He does basketball missionary work in Cameroon. So I've been sending him highlights of you, and he's going to try to make it to a game, man. I'd love for him to meet you if he does.
Well, that's nice. I would definitely want to meet him.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. He's been going to Cameroon now for several years. In fact, he just got back from there just a month or two ago before Christmas. So I've been telling him about it. He's been watching. He went to Arkansas, but he's following the Bears this year because of several of you guys being from Cameroon. So hopefully he can come down maybe in February, and we can work out something for y'all to meet.
Tell him to jump on the bandwagon. Arkansas is terrible this year, so just abandon.
Yeah, he actually played football. He's a hooper. He played football actually for Arkansas, but he played basketball in high school. But yeah, he does a basketball mission work with several guys. So yeah, I'd love for y'all to hook up and meet and kind of tell him. Have him tell you kind of what they're doing, and maybe y'all can help out.
Yeah,
So,
awesome.
Sure.
But Eve, next game, man, take that basketball, dunk it, and then if you want, man, it's all good to me. Curse out somebody in French.
For sure.
All right, we got to ask you about that.
Technical foul. They won't know what you're saying if you say it in French. So
that's right. Now that happened. Like you got somebody was talking trash to you in French in France, right?
Oh yeah.
And do they not know you spoke French, or do they know?
I think some of them did, but you know, I think I surprised them a little bit.
You talk back to them in French.
They definitely did.
Yeah, I love how chippy you are. Like, I thought I knew how athletic you were, and we got a lot of questions about your athleticism, but you've like surprised us with your toughness. Because, like, as a freshman, a lot of times, you just lack confidence, but you come in really confident, and you just play with a fearlessness and a toughness. So you'd be commended for that for sure. Thanks for the call, AJ.
Thank you.
We got another call.
Nope, not
no
right
calls.
now.
All right. I got some questions for you from the message board, Eve. All right. Well, first of all, the pronunciation, Eve is how to pronounce it, right?
Eve. So you pronounce it like EVE, like Adam and Eve. Just
Adam
Eve.
and Eve. Yep.
Just Eve.
And Miessy.
Yeah, Miessy is right.
Miessy.
So
Okay.
Eve Miessy.
Miessy. Got it. Yep. All right. So one of the questions is. Let's see. What area have you seen the most growth from the beginning of the season now as a player and from the team? So let's take it just from you personally. Like where have you seen the most growth from the time you stepped foot on campus to currently how you're playing now?
For me, I would say toughness.
Yeah.
So I just came up and played against John, Josh, and everyone else.
Right.
So it wasn't easy at the beginning. I got used to it, and now even when I'm getting fouled on the court, I'm just keep going.
Yeah.
And that's definitely one of the area I definitely improve on, and play through contact in general.
Right. Yeah, you do a good job. You're to be commended because this is not the norm. I think our team in general does a good job of this. You get fouled, it's natural to want to complain and to not get back on defense and to make, a bigger issue. It becomes a bigger issue then because then you get beat on defense and then, whatever you didn't get on one end is now you've given it up on the other end. Is that really emphasized? Like, do the coaches really emphasize that? Look, next play mentality.
Yeah. Coach always says, whenever you make a mistake, just don't make a second one.
Right.
Just try to cover it and then you will be fine.
Yep. All right. The team is, and as a whole, like where I know you're probably we had Langston in last game. He talked about how much you're working on defense. Is like defense now the majority of practice? Like you guys really honing in on how to guard ball screens and like what's the emphasis now as you?
Now he's rebounding.
Yeah.
Every time you're going for rebound drills, trying to hit each other, get the rebound, play through contact. That's one of the team emphasizes the most right now. Also the turnovers as always.
Yep.
And of course the defense.
Yeah.
Always playing defense, and that's the main thing we've been emphasizing.
Right.
Lately.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Let's see what other questions we got. What would you tell a recruit that's considering Baylor? Like what advice would you give them about Baylor? How's your experience been so far?
I would say it's definitely a great place.
Yeah.
If I have to make a decision again, I would take Baylor again.
Yeah.
Every day of the week, I would take Baylor. You just, you grow as a person, you grow spiritually, and also I just feel like Waco is actually a beautiful city. You can actually grow as a player and as a person on and off the court. So if whoever is watching it and, a recruit, I would tell them definitely try to come in there.
Right. Talk about the arena. I mean, I have been watching Baylor basketball for a long time. I've been in most of the big arenas around the country. You're going to go to some great places this year. You're going to go to Kansas. You're going to go to Texas Tech. There's going to be some really fun environments that you're going to play in. You already have Madison Square Garden, obviously, Detroit. That was, you played some road games already in those environments. But, this is a really cool, like tonight I thought, I'm like, this is a place where we can put our stake in the ground and not lose a game at home. Because I really think this building gives us a 3 to 5 point advantage that we probably didn't have in Farrell Center. Would you agree with that?
Definitely, they feel loud in here.
Yeah.
People don't realize it's actually loud on the court. You can barely hear the coach talking.
Yeah.
And they also gain loud the right moment whenever we need them.
Right.
And it's definitely give you more energy.
Yeah.
So I definitely love the new stadium. It's amazing.
Okay. Yeah, I that's my perception too. So I'm glad to hear that from you because that's what matters. We got a call, Emery?
Yep.
All
we
right.
got Steve.
Hey, Steve. Welcome to the postgame call-in show with Ashley Hodge and Eve Miessy.
Yeah, hi, Ashley. Hi, Eve. How are you guys? So, first of all, just congratulations on a great win. This was, BYU is a tough team, leader in the nation in assists and assist turnover ratio. They don't beat themselves too much, so you have to play very hard against them. I just have really just two main questions. Number one is, Baylor in their first two Big 12 games have been behind at the end of the first half. And then you got the halftime break, and then they come out and they really do well. They win the game in the second half against Oklahoma State and BYU. What really goes on in the locker room in terms of making that turnaround? I'm sure there's some motivation stuff going on. You got the coaching. What's that like in the locker room that helps the team come out and do much better in the second half?
I would say something that we do here in general. I mean, as a team, everyone is just talking to each other, encourage each other, not put your head down. Coaches, GAs, everyone, the entire program in general. And then we just bring out the mistake we did and then try to not make the same mistake again. And then play harder. That's definitely one of the things we try to change at halftime.
Yeah. Pick up the intensity level, take it to another level. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, good question.
Okay.
Appreciate the
and so, yeah, thank you. Do I have a chance for a second question?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Okay. You just played, the Michigan State and the Duke, two great teams, and they were tough games. Michigan State was a crazy one. I think your guys' 10 days off hurt you. But the thing is, your first two Big 12 games have been close, too, and difficult challenges. How do you compare the play against Michigan State and Duke versus Oklahoma State and BYU? I mean, do you see the toughness around the same level? What was – I know you got just anyway, let that go. Any insights on that?
All these teams are really good teams, and I can't really compare them because it's completely different games. But the Big 12 has always been tough, and we just learned from the mistake we did in the past against Duke or Michigan State. Even after Michigan State, we're trying to change it and then fix our mistake against Duke, and then we try to do the same thing against Oklahoma State, and today we did against BYU. We're just growing as it's a new team. Everyone is new. Me, Jacoby. Only Jalen Breeze have been here last year. So, we're just growing together, and I guess it's working now.
Yeah.
Still learning.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah, very good. All right. Hey, thank you so much, and you're having a great year, and we're glad to have you at Baylor. Take care.
Great questions. Yeah. All right, Emery, we have another call waiting.
Yep, we got Justin.
Hey, Justin. Welcome to the postgame call-in show. Ashley Hodge and Eve Miessy.
Hey, what's up, Ashley? This is Cheshire Bear on the board.
Yeah, what's going on? How are you?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm doing good. Just driving back from the Foster right now, headed back to Austin. Just had a couple comments. First, Eve, man, appreciate you coming here, man. Appreciate you joining this Baylor family, and it's such an honor to have you here. And we're so proud of you, man.
Appreciate
and another thing, just a couple little comments, a couple little things that I noticed. One, Jaden Nunn is a fantastic spot-up shooter, like way better than I thought he was.
Yeah.
And just, continues to impress every game. I think if he gets a little bit more confident, like coming off the screen and coming off the dribble, like pulling up, sometimes it kind of looks like he's stuck in thought, whatever he's, coming off the screens and stuff. Man, he's going to take his game to the next level. Like, he's just an excellent player, and the potential is there, and he's just doing all the right things. I can see he's, putting in the work, and, just really impressed with his shooting. And if he gets a little bit more confident, coming off the screen and coming off the dribble, I think he's going to go to the next level. And, I just think also a little comment, too. I know the TV fans are a little upset. If this new facility is going to give us this kind of energy and the extra wins, brother, you got to tough it out, man. You got to tough it out.
As I tell,
I've been fortunate enough to go to both of the games so far at the Foster, so I haven't had a chance to watch on TV. I'll be out of town this weekend, so I'll get a chance to watch the Cincinnati game from television. But man, just what an amazing facility this has been, and it's just amazing to see how we've upgraded that. I mean, we talked about earlier, like, we've got opposing coaches getting texts 2 games in a row. Like, I got on Reddit for 2 seconds and I saw that everybody was saying, man, this Baylor, home court advantage is ridiculous. And they're getting mad about the way the game was called. And I'm like, finally,
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this 45 years, man.
Let the conspiracy theories, flow. I love it. Yeah, no doubt.
It's been, it's been great. The Foster is just such a great facility. I'd be interested to know what he thinks too. I mean, he's had half of the season to play in the Farrell, and let us know what you think about the Foster as well, man. I'm sure you guys feel it from the energy aspect, man. It just seems like the fans are so into it. Like, I've been going to these games for so long, and rarely have I, unless we're playing Kansas at the Farrell, we had people standing up for the last 10, 12 minutes of that game straight. People were not sitting down. And that was special, man. It's just really, really cool to see, how far we've come in terms of our basketball program overall. But then, it seems like there's another level to hit, and we're getting there. And I'm just so proud to be a Bear, man.
Yep. Great comments. Yeah, and you touched on it already. Anything else to say about the atmosphere? Like when you – I could see there was a couple points where we went on some runs, and I mean, somebody mentioned in the chat here that it was 18-4 points over turnovers, points off turnovers. So we outscored them 18-4 off of turnovers. That's the difference in the game right there. I mean, more than the difference. So getting those kill shots. I know you probably hear that term, like the kill shot, like getting those like 10-0 runs, right? That's. We had a couple of those that were close, probably maybe not quite 10-0, but get those 7-0 runs, 8-0 runs. The atmosphere has a lot to do with that. The fans go crazy. BYU, older team, they got older guys, but they panicked a little bit at times. So that was beautiful to watch.
Yeah, I don't think fans realize how important they are. Just the energy they bring.
Right.
And it also getting to the other team heads, and they turn the ball over and they make more mistakes. They can't hear each other, and then that's what happens whenever you play somewhere else. So that energy is definitely needed. Yeah. We got it now. It's great. We got another call, Emery. Thanks, Justin.
Yep, we have Jason.
Hey, Jason. Welcome to the Postgame Call-In Show. Ashley Hodge and Eve Miessy. I can't talk.
Hey, Ashley. How's it going?
Good.
I'm here with Sean. We're heading back to Dallas.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Good to hang out with you guys pregame.
Yeah. Hey, Ashley, we heard that call-in shows are better when you have calls, so we decided to make a call.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I have a couple of questions for Eve. One is, it just seems like the intensity was so much higher the second half, and the team was quite a bit more aggressive. Was that kind of the message at halftime that Drew told you guys to take it to the rack, take it to the hole, be aggressive? Because it looked like y'all had so much more energy.
Yeah, just not you're not supposed to depend on the ref regardless of the game or the crowd. We just have to play hard all the time, and we were starting off a slow first half, and at halftime, we just talked to each other, and then Coach Ruth also taught us we have to wake up, be more aggressive, play through contact, and that's what we tried to do on the court in the second half.
Good. And then the second question is, they seemed awful physical down low. Did you feel like they were playing a lot more physical than most of the other opponents you played this year?
We play against a lot of guys.
Michigan State, maybe.
Michigan State, dude. Not really. It's always physical, but it wasn't a different type of physicality. We just have to get used to it. And, they call some fouls. And, I would just have to learn from it and try to fix it for next game.
Yeah. Good questions.
Good. Enjoyed it. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Awesome stuff. Any other calls?
Not
in
at
the hopper.
moment.
Okay. Yeah. I want to hear a little bit about your story. I think Scott's mentioned that you've only been playing basketball 2.5 years. Organized basketball.
Yeah, I don't play basketball for that long. Yeah, I was a
Really?
soccer player. Yeah.
All right. So soccer
Yep.
in Cameroon.
Yeah, in Cameroon.
Yeah. And so then you came to the United States. I know you had a brother that played at Harvard.
Yeah.
And then you went to New Jersey first?
No, I moved from Cameroon to Maryland.
Maryland. Okay.
In January 2021.
Okay.
It was a prep school named West Nottingham Academy.
Yep.
So because of COVID, we didn't really play that year. I think
Right.
we were just practicing.
Yeah.
And the year after, that was my actual first high school year of basketball.
Right.
And it wasn't that good. We lost a lot of games. Then I transferred to Prolific Prep last year. And then I think our record was 35-2.
Yep.
And here I am
at Baylor.
Yeah.
And you, it was between Baylor, Stanford, and Texas.
Yep.
Were those your final three?
Yeah.
So, was it what set you? What did Baylor differentiate between? I know education is really important to you. I've seen you mention that in interviews. I mean, so Stanford obviously would have appeal there. Texas is a good school too. Baylor's a great school. Why Baylor? What was the ultimate decision?
The relationship with the coaches was one of the most important thing.
Right.
I just like all the coaches are human beings, not especially as coaches, the way they try to have a relationship with the players first.
Yep.
And not necessarily talk about basketball, checking on you after a game. And I just did feel love that from the Baylor coaching staff. And that was one of the most reasons why I came here.
Right, right. Well, we know, I mean, it's no secret. You've been mentioned, on the NBA draft boards. So we'll see how the season plays out and what that means for you after this year. But what are you studying? Like, what's of interest to you academically? What are you?
I want to have a degree on a major on business and finance.
Finance, okay, yeah. Does your brother do that?
No, he did not. He was on another level.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, he was. He is a smart. I would say he's one of the smartest person I've been around. He's really smart.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I thought I heard he was a Wall Street guy though. He's not that. Is he? What does he do for a living?
So he works in France. He's like a consultant for banks. And,
oh, okay. Yeah. So he is in finance.
Yeah, he's in finance.
Yeah.
But he's mostly math. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's interesting. So any girl? I mean, this is a personal question, but I know a lot of the guys on the team have girlfriends. Yeah. You got a girlfriend or?
Oh yeah, I do have a girlfriend.
Okay. Yeah. Tell us about her. Brag on her a little bit.
Her name is Dee. She actually dropped me off.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that's why I was a little late. And she goes to MCC.
MCC. Okay. Awesome. How'd you meet her?
I met her, I think it was on my visit. Whenever I come to Baylor, I just met her randomly.
Yeah.
And we just talked as friends.
Kept in touch. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Pretty cool. And have your parents, I know your family came to see games in France, right? Are they, you had some family in
my brother in France and my sister as well.
Okay. And then what about here? Have they been able to watch you live?
Yeah, they came to the game against Duke. That was the first time they saw me play basketball.
Yeah,
so it was really amazing.
Oh, that's
despite
cool.
the loss.
Yeah. Well, you played well. You played really well in that game. Well, we got a call, Emery.
Yep, we got Cletus.
All right, Cletus, welcome to the postgame call-in show with Ashley Hodge and Eve Miessy.
Well, thank you for taking my call, Ashley. I really enjoy your shows every time. I know that my nephew is one of your biggest fans. He actually tried to get your autograph tonight after the game, but I understand there was a lot of people around you trying to do the same.
Yeah.
So maybe next time. and the prior caller kind of asked what I had in mind. So I guess just Eve, I just want to thank you for being a part of the family. And I was just wondering, what was your first impression when you met this guy coming in from Waco, Texas, named Scott Drew, and kind of what was your first impression of his? Because I'm sure it was as unique as it was for many of us the first time we met him.
Yeah, energy guy. Oh, sorry. Energy guy, and, just his personality is insane. And he just brings so much happiness whenever you talk to people. And it was really funny and exciting to meet him for the first time.
Yeah, it is amazing, like how always positive he is. It's next level. Good call. So somebody asked in the chat. I know Charlie Melton was bragging on you. You jumped almost like max vertical, close to 12 feet, right?
Yeah.
Like what's the highest you've ever been?
Feet,
13. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was like 12. Okay. So you were So you're like 12.6 or something like that, right?
It was 12.6, I think. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. Is that the highest you've ever jumped when he measured you? Have you had?
I'd say I can go a little far. I mean, I can maybe go a little higher, but that day we just had a little practice and we just ran a little bit before, so maybe my legs was a little tired, but I don't know. For right now, it's my max, so
yeah.
This next time.
Yeah. Well, it's fun to watch. You're next level, and you know, obviously, your soccer background probably affects how you got great footwork. You got I mean, do you think that soccer is obviously probably a huge benefit from that standpoint? Just because people don't realize how basketball, how much footwork matters in the game of basketball.
Yeah.
Like your drop step you did against OSU. I mean, you got great post moves. I mean, that soccer background probably really helps in that regard, right?
Yeah, it definitely helps. You have to be able to move your feet and then control what you're doing. You play with your foot, so
right.
It definitely helped me a lot.
Were you a goalie? Or what was your position?
No, I was not a goalie. I was playing on middle field and just a lot of defense. I was running.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
Yeah, that's good. Any other calls, Emery? All right. Hey, we'll wrap it up, man. I appreciate you coming in, and this has been awesome. You've been listening to a post-game call-in show with Ashley Hodge, Eve Miessy after Baylor's 81-72 win over BYU. You can't go 38-2 until you go 14-2. Let's beat Cincinnati. Sick 'em Bears.
Let's go. Sick 'em.